For more on the opposition's reaction to this budget, I'm joined by finance critic Trent Weatherspoon. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Mr. Weatherspoon. Minister Harpower is calling this a balanced budget. We've heard from Miley that he disagrees. What is your read on if we are actually in the black?
Well, it's certainly not in the black. It's the claims of balance are bogus, and certainly anyone that looks at the budget and sees the $1.8 billion of new debt that's being added will be able to see it as such. This budget, in fact, takes us to the highest debt level we've ever had in Saskatchewan at $21.7 billion. So they've tripled the debt, they've doubled the PST, and sadly they've flattened the growth in the economy. And where it counts in education, where an investment is so needed and so crucial, the dollars just aren't there.
I want to talk to you a little more about education. So you feel that it wasn't handled as well in this budget, is that correct?
You know, our classrooms have been under-resourced for a long period of time. They were strained and not supported during the boom, and they were devastated 3 years ago by the cuts of this government, $54 million. Students are without the supports they need and deserve. Classrooms are overcrowded. Teachers are facing cuts to supports, and classrooms are more complex than ever. So quite frankly, classrooms are at a breaking point, and this budget goes no distance to restoring the investment that's needed and responding to the damage that's been caused. And our next generation deserves so much better than that.
Well, one of the investments that is included in this budget is something the NDP has been calling for the province to do, and it's with respect to addictions and mental health. What are your feelings on that? It has to be a happy feeling to see that in there.
This is such an important first step. Certainly there's a ways to go yet, but so many throughout our province are facing darkness and depression without the supports and services they need when they need them. This has been something that we've pushed hard as the official opposition. Our member, Danielle Chartier out of Saskatoon, has been a lead critic on this, the first critic in the province's history to make this case. The dollars that are put out on this front are important, but again, we're still a long ways from closing the gaps for those that are suffering with mental health and addictions across our province. And specifically, the dollars are insufficient as it relates to the crystal meth crisis that's ravaging so many people's lives, so many families and communities across Saskatchewan.
All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us tonight, Trent. Trent Weatherspoon is the NDP Finance Critic, live from the legislature tonight.